All right, after taking what seemed like forever for the video to start, here we are. Happy Monday, happy Valentine's Day. It's time for some book talks, obviously. It's February, and I have been trying to read exclusively Black authors or Black experience books this month. I try throughout the year to read diverse authors and people of color and experiences that aren't mine so that I can look into other people's lives. I don't have a universal experience, and other people experience life differently and have different views and different responses to even the same things that I might respond to. And so to me, it's important to develop an understanding and empathy for other people, and one way I do that is by reading books by people who don't look or act or think like me. And so this month is no different from that, except that I am trying very hard to just narrow the lane. So one book that I read this week was a Caribbean heiress in Paris. So you notice that she is from Hispaniola, and she has a mixed heritage. Her family owns a rum distillery company in Hispaniola, and her father has died. Her mother died when she was younger. Her father has just died, and she is in Paris to try and find buyers for the rum. Her father has left the company to his second in charge back on the island, and she was a little hurt about that, but she's like, oh, it's okay, I got this. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to find some new buyers. Until she finds out that in true Regency fashion, she can't access her trust so that she and her 10-year-old sister can survive in Europe unless she gets married. Cue a handsome Scottish man who also needs to get married to get his hands on his inheritance, which I thought was kind of funny. But his mom had the inheritance this time, so that was great. So, as one would expect in a Regency romance, good things happen eventually, some bumps along the way. I did find it to be very much like a Bridgerton book, which the Bridgerton books have white cast in the books, but if you've seen the Netflix series or even just the commercials, you know that their actual cast of characters on the show is very diverse. And so if you're interested in that kind of Regency romance, this is similar and also entertaining. The Caribbean Heiress in Paris is the beginning of a series, but this one isn't quite published yet, so it's going to take a minute for the rest of them to get there. I'm pretty sure I'll read them. I like a good romance. Another book that I am slogging through, literally, because I only read it at lunchtime. It's really heavy. I don't like carrying it back and forth to work and home. And so I'm not quite done with it yet, is the Overground Railroad, the Green Book, and the Roots of Black Travel in America. So obviously everyone knows about the Underground Railroad, the passageway where guides would help enslaved people get up north to freedom, right? But did you know that the Green Book was a exclusively Black travel guide so that Black motorists knew where it was safe to stop? I mean, during Jim Crow laws in the South or obvious discrimination and segregation in the North, you couldn't eat at every diner. You couldn't pump gas at every gas station. You couldn't stay at any hotel. So the Green Book gave you the names of places where it was safe to do that as a Black traveler. And it is a fascinating recount of that. And not only does she talk about the Green Book and shows you some pictures of the actual document, she talks about what those sites look like now and how things have changed. It's not just an investigation into the Green Book. It is an investigation into how automobiles and travel opened up the world, or at least the United States, for people of color. She talks about the systemic racism that is continuing and things that have impacted people to this day. One of the things I thought was real interesting is it's pretty obvious when there were two water fountains and one said white and one said colored. But even up north, places like beaches were mostly desegregated, so anyone could go, right? Except that if you had to take the bus, you couldn't go to this beach in New Jersey because the people who built the bridge built it too short for buses on purpose. So you could only go to this beach if you had a car. And it's things like that that are so enraging. And it's easy to think, well, that was a long time ago. But was it? Was it a long time ago? Right now, I'm in the 1959 in this book. I didn't feel like that was that long ago, right? So I'm learning a lot. Very little of it good, but it's important. So this book will be in the library. I checked it out from here. Right now it's in the 900s. Eventually it'll be in a historic timeline in the history section. I hope you guys are reading something good. If you have something you'd like to recommend me read for the rest of the month, come by and let me know.